politics chairman for as long as you, and people who woke up last year and realized that this stuff is important. And that is absolutely wonderful. I couldn't be more thrilled with the range of people that we have in the room. Personally, of course, because of the support that you all are providing to me tonight, but more than that, for the things that we're standing up and trying to accomplish together. We've got great things to talk about in Passaic County, the things that we've accomplished. Our expansion of education from the community college and our close work with Governor Murphy on making community college free for residents of Passaic County. To our exceptional new STEM Academy at Passaic County Tech, which, Chairman, that high school has been a vision of yours virtually since it began. I'm sure there's alumni in the room, and it's really, for me, it symbolizes what we accomplish when we work together and how that helps everybody around the county, no matter what their background, no matter what their circumstance. That's the kind of thing that we've been doing as Democrats in Passaic County these last years. That's what we want to keep doing in the years ahead. And with your help and support, we're not just going to do that, but we're going to continue to have allies and even more allies to support us from Washington, not just sending Bill Pascrell and Josh Gottheimer back to the United States Congress, but also in 8 towns of our county, 136,000 constituents, electing Mikey Sherrill to Congress. And that is how we keep on doing the things that we have set out to do together. And I'm so proud to have all of you on this team. I want to thank all of our hosts, from legislator Senator Joe Lagana, Assemblywoman Brittany Timberlake. Mayor John Dunleavy is here. Mayor, where are you? Mayor. All right. Mayor Dunleavy is here. Mayor Hector Laura is here. I missed you on the campaign trail, Hector. This is my first time running for Freeholder without Hector Laura on the ballot with me, and two of us have a lot of fun. But I'll be in Passaic all that I can be. Mayor Mohammed Kurula isn't with us, but is very much supportive. Mayor Andre Sayer, likewise. All of our other hosts, Sarah Blaine, Sue Butterfield, and the whole team at PCEA. Your support is so essential every year, year in and year out, and it's tremendously appreciated. And also, Sue's predecessor, Joe Sheff, is here with us as well. Peter Cedeno and Mir Chowdhury had to leave. Miguel Diaz was here with us, and his whole family. The Diazes are all here. Mo Hussein couldn't be with us. Mukeshbhai, where is Mukeshbhai? Again, we've got this marvelous community that draws from so many different places, so many different parts of our world. We've got the New Jersey 11th for Change team here with Elizabeth Schubler. I want to thank Angela and Barry Roy. Angela's here with Miles. I put Miles on the spot earlier. He did great. No, what? You were good. But also, the range of people that are here is remarkable. And what I want you all to know, as we embark on these 54 days that stand between us and Election Day 2018, is not to take anything for granted. Those of you that are out canvassing already know this. But what I want you to know, and what I want to tell you in sort of breaking news from today, is that the other side is still out to keep us from winning by whatever means necessary. I've had the privilege as an attorney over these last 18 years to work on all different kinds of voting rights cases. I've represented the Democratic National Committee, standing up against the RNC with racially targeted voter suppression in New Jersey and across the country. I sued Governor Christie, along with a team of people back in 2004. Thank you very much. I've sued him more times than I've met him. Because he had that whole 2-election scheme, 2 general elections in 20 days. It was confusing to voters, it made things more difficult. When Bob Menendez, who's on the ballot with us this year, first ran for the United States Senate in 2006, I was part of his legal team, and you know what? the instruction quietly going out around Republicans across the state was challenge the signature of any voter with a Hispanic name. That kind of tactic continues, and what I want to tell you is that just today, in court in Passaic County before the presiding judge, we were up against a Republican county clerk, acting county clerk, who was going to be replaced by an exceptional new county clerk. In just a couple of weeks, set out to design a ballot that was about breaking up our line, that was about putting a big blank white space down the middle between Bill Pascrell and Mikey Sherrill on the line, and those of us that are running for local office. And it could very well have been that they prevailed in that case, but with the support of some great lawyers, with some great citizen advocates, including you, Sal Shafano, who's standing right here next to me, we beat that back this morning. Freeholder Director Sandy Lazara, who's here with me, and Danielle, and Assad Akhtar. Where's Assad? Where's Assad? I don't recognize you with new haircut. Everybody needs to acknowledge, this afternoon, Assad had his head shaved to raise awareness for juvenile cancer. So, applause to you. We beat back that effort, but make no bones about it. That was the other side trying to use the levers of government to make it harder for vulnerable voters to vote. Harder for people to realize that when they go out in our down county section and support Bob Menendez and Bill Pascrell, that when they vote that line, they're also going to be supporting Danielle and Sandy and Assad and myself and people like Mayor Karula and others who are running for local office. Right behind you, actually. Right behind you. Yeah. Join us. Also joining in welcoming Shavonda Sumter, our Assemblywoman. Shavonda, the Assembly Conference Chair, has really reached a level representing Patterson and our other communities that is making a tremendous difference for us in Trenton. And that's why we recognize her this spring as a champion of civil rights. So my point in telling you the story about this morning's drama in the courtroom is to let you know that the fight's not over. And that however excited we may feel about an exceptional candidate and a so-so candidate on the other side in our communities in the 11th, however confident we may feel bringing out our voters in the urban core of our community, every last vote still matters. And every last community still matters. And everything that you're doing, from knocking on doors to spreading the word at your workplace to making sure that at your church or your mosque or your synagogue people realize that November 6th is important for Passaic County and important for the nation, it matters that much.
John,
Chairman.
Talk to them about vote by mail from 2016 under the August 10th law. That's important for people to know because 16,000 have been sent out.
That's right.
Please speak to them about that.
I will. So this is where, as a lawyer, I get down in the weeds a little bit. If I lose you, I apologize. Governor Murphy in the legislature passed a very progressive piece of legislation earlier this year. And what it did was said, if you got an absentee ballot in 2016 in the presidential election, you're automatically going to get an absentee ballot this year. Democrats, that's good news. And here's why. Because a lot of us only come out in presidential years. And the fact that 16,000 voters, Chairman, in Passaic County, almost 9,000 of whom didn't request ballots this time, but are getting them anyway, are going to get that chance to vote by mail, that's a good thing for us. But here's the challenge. It's also a confusing thing. Anytime you change the law around voting and around ballots, well, as a lawyer who gets paid for this stuff, I thank you. But it's also confusing and it's new for people. And our county clerk and county clerks across the state, including in Essex County, have sent out letters to try and explain, well, if you had a vote by mail ballot in 2016, you're going to get one in 2018, unless you opt out, which you have to do by the 14th of September. And if you don't, then we're going to send you a ballot. And if you don't vote the ballot, then you vote provisional at the polling place.
Be clear,
That's
they
pretty.
cannot vote in the machine.
That's pretty confusing. And here's what you need to know. Here's what those of you going door to door need to understand. If you got that letter from your county clerk and you want to vote by mail, you're good. The ballot's going to come in the mail in about 3 weeks automatically, no problem. If you got that letter in the mail and you want to go vote in your machine at the polling place, you got to tell them that by tomorrow. If you got that in the mail, or if, like some of us, it just came yesterday, or it got misdirected, or you were on vacation, you were observing 2 days of Rosh Hashanah earlier this week and weren't checking your mail. If you vote your absentee ballot, you're good. If you want to vote at the polling place, you have every right to go do that. You'll be given a provisional ballot, but you can go to your polling place, you can cast that vote with a provisional ballot. If it were me, I'd use your mail-in ballot just to avoid the hassle at the polling place. But no matter what, whether you got the letter, you didn't, whether you want to vote by mail or you don't, you have a right to cast a vote. That is the message that everyone, Elizabeth,
yes,
everyone
John,
who reads
Chairman.
the NJ11 for Change page
We
on
have a
Facebook.
question. Our canvassers have a question. I don't want to take away, but since
Okay.
it came up. If you had your ballot sent to a vacation address in 2016, where is it going now? I'm
It's
sorry.
going to your vacation address.
It's going to whatever address they have on file.
Correct.
Yep. Andy Tulloch, everyone, a fellow election attorney. You can also ask him questions. Yes.
Don't take away from
The
this
answer is, wherever they sent it in 2016, that's where it's going in 2018. So if that's down in Bonaire, where's Todd? There you guys. So that's down in Bonaire, you got real problems. Yes.
Tell their friends about this. Make sure they tell their friends about it.
So,
Who is this woman?
I know. Okay, we got into a lot of election law work there. I apologize. That doesn't make it for a fascinating stump speech, and I acknowledge that. And I do want to bring the chairman up in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to be sure I don't miss anyone in thanking all the elected officials that are out here supporting us and that are part of our team, as well as the candidates. I want to thank, completing our host, Aziz Rahman, who's here with us. Aziz, first Bangladeshi American to serve on our Passaic County Board of Social Services and a great member of our team. Prabhu Rangaraju, who couldn't make it, the Roys who are here, Sal Shafano, Assemblyman Raj Mukherjee, a great and consistent supporter of ours. Mayor James Damiano from Little Falls right next door, who couldn't be with us. Mayor Dominic Stampone from Haledon. Siley Avalenda and Elizabeth Jubiler, both from NJ11 for Change, who I got to know very well. And who are doing amazing work. I was the chairman of the Harvard Law School Democrats when Jay Weber was the chairman of the Harvard Law School Republicans. You got to win this. Eleanor, where's Eleanor? Chichioka Bahoy is here, a new activist from Bright and Wayne. Our host, Yogesh Dave, Nadia Hussain, who is here still with us. A leader of probably one of the best acronyms I could come up with, BAWDI. I don't know quite what it sounds like, but Bangladeshi American Women's Initiative, and a great member of the team in Bloomingdale. I want to also thank Sikandar Khan, who is not here with us, Larry Meyerson.
Here.
Fatima Mustafa. Larry's here?
No, Secondary.
back there.
Hey, Khan. Sikandar Khan is here, member of the commissioner of both the planning board in the city of Patterson, and a great friend of our campaign for many, many years. Also, the guy who, along with me, did a lot of work for our Syrian refugee communities a couple of years ago. Tisha Nadim is here with her whole group of friends. Tisha's wife. This is Tisha's first time fundraising, and she did amazingly well. Her husband Niaz is a candidate for Board of Education in the borough of Prospect Park. Please support him if you're a Prospect Park team member. Juan Negron and our entire team from Organized Labor. Bill Mullins is here. Your whole team is here with you. What we do, we cannot do without you, with your support, with your labor walks on the weekends in October. I also want to very personally thank you, Bill and Juan and the whole team. You put your faith in me very early in the race for Congress in the other congressional districts, and I will not forget that, not ever. My treasurer, Toral Patel, who wished she could be here with us. Colleen Stevens Porche. Executive Director of the extraordinary 4CS of Passaic County, which does great work in the area of child care, which is so important. Ahmad Katanani, I don't think could make it, but is part of our wonderful South Patterson Arab American community. Harish Bhai and Pankaj Bhai Rana, who are here with us. One of the things that I love about campaigning is getting out there and meeting all different kinds of people and getting to brush up on those languages that I learned way back when. I like to go out to talk to the Rana community in Gujarati, however badly that goes for me. David Warshaw couldn't be here with us, but was part of the team in LD40 and is still a great supporter. Professor Jason Williams and Professor Sean Wilson, both here. Montclair State and William Patterson University. Wayne Witherspoon from the and my friend John Woolrab, who is also part of our team. I want to acknowledge from the city of Passaic, Danny Rodriguez, Commissioner of the Board of Education. I want to acknowledge some of the municipal leaders here. Clark Oaken from my town of Wayne. Stacy Witecki, our co-chair in Hawthorne. Our whole ticket is here. Danielle Ireland Imhoff, Freeholder Director Sandy Rivera, Saad Akhtar, and our colleague Pat Lepore. We're here in his town of Woodland Park. Pat Lepore. Stand up, Pat. I had to do a little Duffy. I had to do a little Duffy there for you. Also, Peter Shazat, Councilman Anand Shah is with us from Prospect Park, a great member of our team. Peter Shazat, running for council in Pompton Lakes, is here with us. Chris Vancheri, councilman from Little Falls, was also here earlier. Have I missed anyone? Eddie Cook is here. Eddie Cook is here. And I'm sorry, and who you all met at the door on your way in, our Passaic County Vice Chairwoman, Barbara Tannett. So if you have any more ballot questions, ask me afterwards, because what I really want to say, thank you, and with 54 more days ahead of us, we're going to go in strong. We're not going to take a single vote for granted, and we're going to put up some big wins, and I want to introduce Chairman John Curry.